And this particular book has been written by myself as well as Mr. Raymond Aaron, who is the New York Times best-selling author. And the foreword for this book has been written by Laurel Langmeyer. Laurel Langmeyer is known as the millionaire maker in the US. She's actually in the Guinness Book of World Records for creating maximum millionaires. So it really was a great experience writing this book with these phenomenal personalities. And now we've gone much ahead and had great relationships, almost friendships with a lot of these powerful people. And I'm really blessed to have another book launch happening next year, and that is with Mr. Brian Tracy. I am co-authoring this book called The Real Estate, The Secret to Wealth, which is a book written by myself, Brian Tracy, Swapna, and there are some other authors which will be included. So I'm really excited for this book. This book is going to come out in summer of next year. Yes, so I'm really excited. And the third book that I'm writing right now is on real estate. And this particular book is co-authored by myself and Mr. Robert Allen. And Robert Allen, as you probably know, is known as a guru in real estate. He's the top-notch guru in real estate. He's been teaching real estate for the last 30 odd years. Okay, amazing success with real estate. And these are the people that I've been associating with. So my success is really a result of these people being in my life and mentoring me through the difficult situations and helping me in business to be successful. I've also been featured on TVs and on radio with the grace of this business. And I was fortunate enough to be on the Canadian Real Estate Wealth magazine in front of with these phenomenal people, with Robert Allen being one of the major personalities on the cover of this book. And this was in June that I was featured. And of course, I speak on stages. I have lots of stages that I've spoken on, giving value to a lot of clients. So I have, who's there? I have Maureen, I have Navneet. Hi, Navneet, how's it going? So let me know, Navneet, what's your profession and where are you from? I see Navneet here on the line. So if you can just type, I'm an accountant. Oh, good. Okay, where are you from? Maureen was also on the call. Actually, she's also an accountant, so that's great. That's great. Her call, I think, just dropped, so she's having problem with the connection. You're from Brampton. Okay. Welcome. Good. Self-employed and entrepreneur. Okay, I love that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on and we'll talk more about controlling time. So this is a quote by Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy says, time management is really personal management, life management, and management of yourself, right? Which really, I totally agree to that. It's not just time management regarding business. It's how you personally manage your life. That's what essentially time management is, right? So have you seen that some people, you must have seen some people do so much, and you wonder sometimes, oh my God, how did this guy or how did this lady do so much in so little time, right? It's a wonder how some people can get done so much. And the survey of entrepreneurs that was done, that showed that the number one thing that was needed or wanted by entrepreneurs was that they needed a life. Right? Would you agree? Basically, entrepreneurs are so busy in doing what they are supposed to be doing that actually they don't have enough time. They have hardly any resources, and that's why what they're actually looking for is, give my life back. That's what they've been saying. So why don't you have enough time? That's the question we're working on today. Okay, why don't you have enough time? Now, to solve a problem, let's look at this. To solve a problem, you have to recognize the problem, right? To solve the problem, you need to recognize the problem. And if you're working a problem and it's not getting solved, this is powerful. This is really, really powerful. If you're working a problem and if it's not getting solved, then it is not your problem. You have to really understand it. And if you get it, then you will know what I'm talking about. So if you have a problem in your life, and this is with respect to time, but essentially it's with respect to anything, if you're working on a problem and it's not getting solved, that is a proof actually that it is not your real problem. Okay, because if you are handling the right problem, the problem will be solved. It will get solved. Okay, that's the beauty of problem. Okay, so in other words, if you're trying to fix car problems, you cannot fix your kitchen if you're fixing a car problem, right? Does that make sense? Let me see some yeses in the chat so I know you're here and you're listening. Give me a yes in the chat. Perfect. Good. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Good. Good. Let's yes, yes, good, good. More chats, more yeses, please. Okay, good. Good. Perfect. Perfect. Good. I see still a lot of yeses coming through the panelists option. So if you've not changed that, then please go ahead and do that. All right, good. So let's go, let's move ahead. So people who say that they don't have time essentially are saying that they are actually creating having no time. See, listen to this very carefully. People who say I never have time will actually never have time because that's what they are creating. So in other words, if you talk about money in the same context, and people who say I never have money, they're actually creating having no money. Right? Does that make sense? Why is money? Yes, and yeah, that great question. Great question. Now, the reason why this is true is because it's a mindset. So the fact that when you're saying that I have no time, it's not that you really don't have time, that you're trying to address the wrong problem. The problem may not be, because I'll tell you, everybody has 24 hours, right? I have 24 hours, you have 24 hours, Richard Branson has 24 hours, Elon Musk has 24 hours. So everyone has 24 hours at their disposal. But why are different people able to do different things, right? That's what we need to explore. How come Elon Musk is able to do so much in his 24 hours versus an employee or a business owner is not able to accomplish as much, right? There must be something to that fact. So let's look at what that is. So today I'm going to talk about the 7 principles of time management. 7 principles of time management, okay? 168. This is a number that you should really know when you're trying to manage time. 168. And can anyone tell me what this 168 stands for? Do you have any idea what the 168 could be? Yes, 168. That's the number. But it means something in the world of time management. No idea. You have no idea what 168 means. Okay. Well, that's why you're here. So don't worry, that's all good. It's all good. Perfect. Okay, good. So let me tell you what 168 is. 168 is actually the number of hours in a week. It's the number of hours in a week. So we have to start looking at, observing how do you spend the hours that you get in a week. Okay, so let's talk about that. So 168, this is the average that I'm going to talk about. Average. Okay, so may not be specifically for you, but it's an average. Okay? So if you give 49 hours for sleep out of the 168, you're left with 119. Okay, out of which 56 hours is work, 7 hours you spend commuting. Now, bear in mind, this is average, so you might be spending more or you might be spending less. It's really up to you. You may not be working 56 hours, whereas you might be spending more hours communicating. You may not be sleeping for 49 hours, but you might be spending more time working. So it will change, but this is just roughly to give you an idea about how the average person spends their 168 hours for the week. 13 hours are spent on errands and housework. Okay, that's 13 hours are spent on errands and housework. And that brings us to the number 43. 43. And 20 hours are spent on family time. Right? Let's say 20 hours are spent on family time. So what we have so far is you are left with 23 hours. You are left with 23 hours. And what you do in these 23 hours is very, very important. Okay. All right. So if you do a drill here, I would really, really encourage you to do a drill where you make a list of things that you do in a week and assign the number of hours that you spend doing it. So go ahead and keep a list of things that you do in the week and just assign the number of hours that you spend doing it. And once you do this drill on your own, you don't have to do it right now, but whenever you get time, you can sit and actually do this drill and put number of hours. So if you spend time commuting, put down on that sheet how much time do you actually spend commuting, right? And a number of assigned. And what this will give you is this will actually give you the number of hours that you have left in the week. This will give you your number. So what I gave you 23 is a rough estimate, is an average of what time availability calculators calculate for you. But this will be your own number. You will realize how much hours you have left. The question to ponder about is, do you allocate that time according to your priorities, right? Once you make a list of things that you actually do and the number of hours that you spend doing it, you will realize that maybe you don't allocate time according to your priorities, and that's what needs to happen. So principle number 7 is to encourage you to make this list so that your time management improves. Okay? Do you like that? Do you like the number 168 and you're going to work on that? Give me something in the chat box. Yes, or I love 168 or something. So I know that you're here. Oh, 168 seems to be a big number. Yes, it does seem to be a big number. But again, it calculates everything, right? As you saw, it calculates your sleeping hours, your working hours, everything that it calculates. And that's why it seems like a big number. But once you put this in your daily tasks, then you will see that the number of hours that are left are roughly between 20 to 30. But again, those are important hours because that's what you're going to spend in doing what you're supposed to do or things that you want to give priority to. Right? Perfect. Yes, yes, yes. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, good. So you may be working 8 hours on the internet, spending 2 hours with your kids. Work is your top priority, so it can be top of the allotment scale. And you're doing the things according to what you give importance to, right? You are giving importance to those things, and that's why they make it to this list that you're creating. The sixth principle I want to talk to you today about is mind mapping. Mind mapping. And maybe if you use this tool already, it's would really encourage you to use it wisely and use it frequently enough, because this is one tool that has helped me in time management like anything. It has really, really been beneficial to me. And what mind mapping is, it's basically coming up with the idea and then breaking it down into smaller components, right? Because once you see what components are required to make that big task happen, then you can realize where the time has to be allocated. Because if you just come up with one idea, but you don't have these other things planned out, then your time management is not going to work. You need to put them into smaller components and allocate a specific number of hours to make it happen, right? And that's where this mind mapping tool comes in handy. Okay, let me know if you've used mind mapping before. Have you ever used mind mapping before? Never. Okay, good, good. So now you have a tool to use. Used it. Okay. Okay, good. So try it out. Actually, I'm going to give you a couple of examples as to where Amit says somewhat. Okay, good, good. So mind mapping, these are some of the tools that I have used in the past, and you can do your own research and see what tool works for you. But here are a couple of examples of mind mapping tools that you can use. One is a website called Coggle, Coggle. They have a free version, so you can just download or start using the free version and see if this works for you. And if you like it, then you can go for their upgraded version. The other website that I've found really useful for mind mapping is called Wise Mapping. Wise Mapping. And the third website that I've used is called Nova Mind. And it really simplifies the big task that I'm supposed to do for that day or that week. And it chunks it down into smaller components. So this mind mapping technique, instead of me doing it on paper, because that's what I used to do, I now do it with the help of this software. And it has really worked very well for me. And that's why I'm sharing this with you. Okay, so Coggle wise, there are about hundreds and thousands of mind mapping websites, but I've looked at a lot of them, and this is what these three are the best that I found and really user friendly. So you can try them out and see how that works for you. Now, time management. Time management, one of the key principles in time management is delegation. Delegation. As entrepreneurs, if you are doing everything in your business, then you cannot really manage time. It's impossible, because let me tell you, to manage a business, you need different sections, you need different departments, you need specific areas to work for in your business. And if you are the person who's doing everything in your business, it's not really a business that you're running, right? You are working inside your business, which is not the best thing. You should be working on your business, right? So delegation is a very, very important component, and there are specific ways that you must be delegating the tasks. And I have a whole system where I teach delegation, because generally when I talk about delegation, it's not like you can just outsource it to some people online, or just call up and hire a couple of people and give them your work. There are specific tasks or specific ways that you need to do the delegation in order for it to be successful. But the main point is you need to delegate the work. You have this idea in your mind that maybe nobody can do as good of a job as me. But I will tell you that you will have to go through the process of delegation if you want to expand. Because if you are in a business and if you are doing everything in your business, your chances of expansion are very, very low, right? I'm sorry to be so upfront with you, but I'm telling you because I have been there. When I started my businesses, I've done 7 businesses, and some of these businesses did not do as well. And I have explored those businesses and I've gone back to them. And now I know the secrets how to make that business successful. But this was one of the major factors that was holding me back, that I was trying to do everything in my business. There was no delegation. And once I learned this art of delegation, oh my God, things just started to fall in place. Okay, things just started to fall in place. So very, very important principle, which is principle of delegation. Now, the purpose of time management, this is again by Brian Tracy. He says the purpose of time management and getting more done in less time is to enable you to spend more face time with the people you care about and doing the things that give you the greatest amount of joy in life, right? Because that's what time management is all about. That's the purpose of time management, right? What do you think? Do you agree to that? Do you agree to that purpose for time management? Give me a yes or yay, I got it. So I'll know that you got it. If you have any questions, then feel free to put it in the chat. You're putting it as a panelist, that's all right too. But if you want, you can change it to panelist and attendees. Perfect. You got it. Good. Good. Oh, Maureen, you're back. Good. All right. Perfect. So let's move to the next one. The principle number 4 I want to emphasize is having systems for each process. Now, in businesses, you will have a lot of processes that you will be working on. And if you have a system for each process in the business, then it will make it much, much smoother. And this is one of the aspects that in business I teach, where you need to have systems for the processes. So like let's take for an example the sales process, right? If you have the sales process quite well defined in your business, then your business will do good in that particular area. So in other words, if you have, okay, once in the sales process, what's the first step? The first step is, say, making contact with the client, right? Once you have the contact, what's my second step? What's the program? What's the service I'm offering? How will the client pay? Once it's paid, what happened to the funds? After the client pays, what happens to the client? What information do they get from me, and how it progresses? So if you have all those systems in place, then time management is going to be really, really an easy task for you. Because if you have these planned versus if you don't have this planned, then every client that signs up for your programs or comes to you or signs up for your products, you are then going to design a system for them. Believe me, which is going to take a long time for you to get things going for one client, right? That's why I highly, highly recommend that you have processes outlined for these clients, so that once a client comes into your system, once the client comes into your company, once the client signs up for any of your events, your programs, your products, then you know how the client is going to travel inside of your business, right? So that's very, very important. Good. Do you have any questions for me so far? Just fire away the questions in the chat box so we can address it as we go. I know these are some of the very, very basic principles, but I'll tell you, if you apply these principles, then time management is really going to be easy. You're truly learning how to control time today. Okay, and I'm going to give you many more tools to work on. All right, good. So let's look at this important principle, which is principle number 3, and it's called the formula for time. Okay, do you know what's a formula for time? What is time made up of? What is time made up of? Do you have any idea? Let's look at the formula. So the formula for time, here's the answer. Here's the answer. Time is equal to distance divided by speed. Distance divided by speed. That's what time is, right? So if you look at this formula, then you will know that in case where you have to have time, you need to either reduce the distance or you need to increase the time, right? If for certain tasks you want to take less time to do some job or some work or complete a project, you need to either reduce the distance or you need to increase the speed. Okay, does that make sense? I'm going to give you some examples so it will make sense for you in the end. Yes. All right, good. So let's look at some examples here. Okay. Now to manage time, you need to decrease the distance and you need to increase the speed. Very, very powerful. Okay, so let's look at how you can do that. So let's say, for example, this is you and this is your goal, right? This is you and this is your goal. Now, the distance that you can travel to your goal could be two ways. It could be this, right, where you straight away go to your goal, or it could be this. In the second example, as you saw, the distance that you traveled was way more than the first example, right? And of course, the time that it takes for you to travel would be more in the second example, right? So if you want to really cut down time, the best way to do it, is to reduce the distance. Just go from point A to point B straight, right? Instead of going haphazard way or going in circles, which is going to take a longer distance, and that's why longer time, it does not work in your favor. Let's look at another example for time. If you have this route that you follow for your business, right? And believe me, there are business owners and entrepreneurs that follow this route. They do not go to their goal directly. They are wandering around looking for the next shiny object, and they wander around all the time, right? So this is not an untrue scenario. You will see this is very common actually. All right, so let's look at speed now, right? This is how you can travel from yourself to your goal. If you want to go towards your goal, this is the speed that you can go. But what if you can go this way? What if you can go faster, right? So let's look at this again. So time is equal to distance divided by speed. So if you want to reduce the time that it takes, you can go to your goal with this speed, or you can go to your goal with this speed, right? Which one is going to be better for your business? A or B? Which is going to be better for you? Of course, B. Yes. Yes. Perfect. Perfect. Good. So I want you to understand that if you are traveling the distance wise, the same distance, or if you're traveling in some other weird way in the slow distance versus if you're going fast, still the time required for you will be lower than if you're going slow. Okay, so let's look at this example again. You're traveling from yourself, you're here, and your goal is there. The speed that you're traveling towards your goal is this, right? It's not a straight pathway. You've decided not to take the straight pathway, but now in the second example, the pathway being the same, you're now going faster, and so the time that you're going to take is actually less. Okay, good. One more example of you going at a different speed, right? Even if you follow any path, but as long as you follow the speed, you're going to actually reach there faster, right? Perfect. Good. Good. So do you want to, let me ask you this question. Do you want to know exactly how to do this for your business? Learn how to include in mind mapping, decrease the distance between your goal. Because if you can decrease the distance between yourself and the goal, guess what? You're going to achieve your goals in much, much less time than what you can imagine, right? And there is a correct way to delegate, which I told you, which I can teach you, which is the correct way of delegation. So do you want to know all these things? First, I would like to know if you want to know all these things, because if you want to know, then I will show you how you can get those. Yes, I want to. Good. Good. Do you want to know these things? Let me see that in the chat. Yes, please. Good. Good. Who doesn't? The question is not about who doesn't. The question is the question is, do you want to? Good. Good. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to actually teach you this, everything what we've talked about in much greater details, and where you are going to get this is in my masterclass. So I would really like you to join me in the masterclass, and I'm going to take this particular masterclass, which is going to give you the exact roadmap to explosive growth. And this masterclass is called the Dynamic Masterclass, and it is going to be held in December 8th, which is a Saturday. And here are the details. I'm going to teach you how to decrease the distance. So not just going from yourself to your goal. I'm actually going to teach you how to decrease the distance between your goal and yourself. And I'm going to also teach you how to increase the speed. So if we work on one aspect for time, it will be effective. But imagine working on both the aspects. You're going to reach your goals much, much faster. And that's the intention of this masterclass. That's what I'm going to teach you in this class. And I will teach you the correct way to delegate. Because if you don't know this way to delegate and you want to save time, and if you want to make some extra time for yourself, for your family, if you delegate to the wrong person, actually you might lose more time. You might lose more money, right? You might lose more time and money if you don't know the correct way of delegation. But I'm going to teach you the correct way of delegation in this masterclass. And organization, the entire afternoon that I'm going to be with you in this masterclass, I'm going to teach you organization. Because what your business really needs is a business organization. There are various steps that are to be included in the way that you should do your business. And when I started my business, there was nothing that I could just pick up and learn. There's no course that I could just go and take in order to learn business. There were MBAs and all those big 2-year courses working full time, but that's not what I want. I wanted something very practical for my business, which unfortunately I never found at that time. But now I have those secrets. I have the way to do it, and that's what I'm sharing with you in this masterclass. Okay, so the value of this masterclass is $5,000, but but this class is being offered for only $997. Only $997. Okay, dynamicmasterclass.com is the website that you can go to. Now I'm also going to do some bonus teaching for you, and the bonus teaching that I'm going to include for you is I'm going to throw in a system of organization, the organization system that I normally teach, but I'm going to up that, and I'm going to show you the whole system that will make you at least 100% more efficient, minimum 100% more efficient. So if you're already working 8 hours right now and getting stressed out with the amount of work, what you're doing is you're not working efficiently. But if you start using this system of organization that I'm going to teach you, that will increase your productivity. That's what this masterclass is about. The other thing I talk about in this masterclass is how to connect with your customers. Because remember, business is about relationships. If you are not connecting with your clients the proper way, if you're not connecting with the clients the way that they want to connect, then you're not going to be in business for long. You need to have that relationships. You need to have that proper connection with your client, and that's what will build trust. And that's what I'm going to teach you in the masterclass. There is a specific way to develop trust. There is actually a technique of how you can develop trust the correct way and in a very genuine manner. So if you try to develop trust in some manipulative ways, it does not work. It may work actually in the short term, but if you're looking for long-term clients, then those techniques do not work, right? There is an authentic way, a genuine way to build relationships in order to build trust. And that's what I'm going to teach you in this masterclass. Also, I'm covering 5 different business models. So you may be having a business structure right now. You may have a pathway of how you get clients and how those clients move in your business. But I'm going to introduce you 5 different business models that you can have a look and see if that applies to you. And if any part of the model or maybe the entire model, if it applies to you, you can actually just pick that model up and say, Amit, okay, that's the model I'm going to follow. Because these are some of the most successful business models that I have come across in my business. Okay, and you're just free to pick up that model and apply. Very, very powerful bonus teaching. Okay? So now I have a very, very special today. Because you have given me time and you have shown the commitment to learn for your own success, I know you are the ones that are going to take action. So if you sign up today, okay, and remember this is only for today, I'm going to give you a very, very special offer. Okay, but before that, oh my God, yes, there are additional bonuses. There are some exercises I'm going to do while you're in the master class. Also, there are some worksheets that I've created specifically for the masterclass. I've never distributed them before, but for the masterclass, I've created these worksheets, and there's lots of transformational education. And I'm actually also including breakfast and lunch. So yay, that's right. I'm also giving you lunch and breakfast for that day. Okay. So do you want a special offer for this, or you're happy with $997? Give me a special offer. Let's say a special offer in the chat so I'll know that you want a special offer. If not, you're ready to pay $997? Excellent, you can go for it. Do you want a special offer? I want a special offer written in the chat box so I can share that. Otherwise, we'll just skip to the last 2 principles that I want to teach today. You want a special offer? Special offer wanted. Yes. Special SO, special SO. All right. That makes sense. Okay. Good. All right. What about others? I don't see everyone putting in special offer in the chat box. I guess other people don't want a special offer. They are happy with $997. No, they're not. Special offer. Okay, good, excellent. All right. So the special offer for today, and this is amazing. This is really amazing. I want you to really pay attention to what I'm going to show you next, because what I'm doing for you today, and it's a small crowd today at the webinar, and that's how I wanted it to be. I didn't want it to be a huge crowd today, because this offer is only valid for people who are attending the webinar today. So if you come to me with tomorrow with this, can you give me that same offer? The answer is no. Okay, because this only applies today. So if you sign up today, what I'll do is the charge is not 5,000, it's not 997, but believe it or not, it is only 497 plus tax. Only 497 plus tax. Okay, and what you're going to get in that is also, oh my God, I've also included this. You can actually bring a guest for free. You can bring a guest for free. So if you sign up today with the 497, I will allow you to get a guest for free. So basically you're buying 2 tickets for the price of 1. Okay, it's just a brilliant offer. Now the bonus that I have for you today, because this particular offer is good till November. Okay, I have a date on that page, dynamicmasterclass.com. But what I'm doing extra special for people on this webinar and this webinar only, is I am throwing in a surprise gift. So if you sign up right now for this masterclass, which is a full day event, you're actually going to receive this surprise gift. And this surprise gift is actually a coaching session from me. Now, if you already know me, you know that I charge $500 an hour for coaching. But what I've decided to do, and this was just before the webinar, actually, I didn't plan for this, but just before the webinar, I said, you know what, I need to do something spectacular for the people on the call today. So this is what my offer is today. You pay $497 plus tax only for the entire day of education. And you will see that this education is not something that you're going to just read through a book or get somewhere outside. This is focused information for your business. Focused information. So you will walk out of the room that day and you will actually have action steps that you're going to take for the year 2019. Okay, actual steps that you're going to take. And the surprise gift, which is the coaching session, you can actually decide to have before the event, which is on December 8th, or you can decide to have that after the session. I leave that totally up to you. Okay. Now, the best part is the coaching session that I'm going to do is also going to be offered to your friend or your colleague or to your business partner, right? So when you sign up for 497, I am throwing in that coaching session, not just for you, but also for your business partner. So it's a 1-hour coaching session that you get from me and yourself and your business partner. So it's actually the best offer that I have given ever for a masterclass. But you need to take action today. This only applies if you take action right now. Okay, so all what you need to do is to go to this website called dynamicmasterclass.com, because this is where you need to sign up. And once you sign up, just send me an email saying that you have signed up and would like to avail of the offer, okay, because of you attend the webinar. So let me type that in here. That's the website, dynamicmasterclass.com. You can actually go to that site right now and complete the whole process, because you want to avail of this offer right now. Okay, you can invite your friend, you can invite your business partner to this masterclass, and believe me, in this particular offer that I have, even if you cannot attend this particular webinar right now, you will still get the offer for $497 plus your friend. But what you're not getting is the coaching session. Okay, you're not getting the coaching session if you sign up otherwise. I cannot go because I have another workshop on that day. Okay, that's fine, Maureen. I totally understand. But this workshop that I'm going to do is, I've never done it before, because this particular teaching is applicable to Fortune 500 companies. That's what they are doing. So if you can cancel that other workshop and come to this one, it will benefit you. Okay, but of course you can make your own decision. I'm not going to tell you to, do what you should be doing, but that's what I would do. Okay, because this information in the workshop is going to be so powerful that you don't want to be anywhere else. Because I'm excited to actually deliver this workshop. Okay, very, very powerful workshop. So you're going to love the information that I'm going to share. And that's where commitment comes in, right? What are you committing towards? Are you committing towards your business, and you're making your own decisions, right? So that's very, very important. Good. All right. Navneet says, I have another commitment on that day. Sorry. No problem. No problem, Navneet. But see to it that if you can change it, because this is going to transform your business. This one day of workshop that I'm going to give you is going to transform your business. So you can keep your other commitment, or see if you can change that a little bit and make yourself available for that day, because I'm not repeating that workshop. Okay. So if you can make it that day and make it possible, it's going to change your life. It's going to definitely change your business. So make other arrangements if you can, if you want to, if you're really serious. If you're really serious, then you'll make it. Anyway, so let's talk about the last two principles here about time management. The second principle I want to talk about in time management is blocked time slots. Blocked time slot. This is what you need to do to manage your time. Now, in when you go through that particular mind mapping technique and you decide, oh my God, these are the three things that I need to do in my week, this week, then I want you to actually block time on your calendar, right? It's not a matter of just, okay, I'm going to do it this week. It does not work. I want to actually go to your calendar and block time to do those things. Because once you do that, then chances of you actually doing it and making it happen are way more than if you just say, okay, I'm going to do it this week, right? Again, a very, very powerful principle. If you have structured it from the principle number 7 that I taught you to now, you will realize that it's a step-by-step process. It's a step-by-step process that I'm teaching you, right? So if you block time for yourself on your schedule according to the previous steps that I've given you, you will see that, oh my God, this makes so much sense. And you will get that on your calendar, and that's how you're going to make it happen. Okay, that's how it's going to work for you. And the last principle I want to talk about is start with your most important task. Start with your most important task. So if you have maybe about 5 things or 10 things or 20 things to do for that day, what I would highly, highly recommend you to do is go to that particular list and pick up what's the most important task for you. What is the most important task? And actually do that one first. Because what generally might happen is life comes in the way, right? That's always a saying, that life comes in the way. And you might start doing those things which are urgent, but the things that are important actually get left out. And before you know, the day is over and you've left the most important thing for the next day now. And when you do it that way, then all the important things actually get left out, and they get addressed only when they become urgent. So the best thing to do is actually start your day with the most important task. So for example, reading for you might be the most important thing. Most important for you might be sending an email. Most important task for you would be to calling someone and getting that sale done, or calling someone and offering the product that the person was asking for. Why don't you schedule your time or your day so that the most important task will get done first? Because once you do that, things will start changing. You will realize that, oh my God, I've already done this most important task. Now I will move to the next one. And it might so happen that in the first 2-3 hours, if you get 2 or 3 things done which are most important, your business will change. But you need to do this on a regular basis. It's not just one-off thing that you will do. I want you to make that as a habit. And once you realize what is happening in your business by doing the most important thing, it will not be it will not be a task for you. You will do that automatically. Because every time you look at your list and you will realize that, oh my God, you will star it. I usually put a star behind the task that's most important. And I work towards getting that done, right? And if you try to do the same thing, you will see that in a week, this will become evident to you that because you've been doing that on a daily basis, there are so many tasks that you've already completed, right? So very, very powerful principle. Start with the most important task of the day. Okay, you like that principle? What do you think? Give me a liked it or loved it, something in the chat box so I'll know. Did you like those principles? I gave you 7 principles just now for time management, and each principle is very, very powerful. But they're only powerful if you use them and if you apply them, right? Actually, even if you apply 2 or 3 principles out of what I told you today, it will still change your business, right? It will still change. If you increase the speed of the work that you're doing right now, it will still change your business, right? We talked about delegation. If you do it correctly, then it will definitely change your business. Okay, so I really want to encourage you to actually go ahead and try out these principles. And again, I would love to see you at the masterclass, okay? Because I want, like it, what is principle number 7 and 6? I had computer problems. No problem, Maureen, I'll send you the recording. Okay, I'll send you the recording for this particular one. So you can have a look, you can revisit this webinar. So the dynamic masterclass, again, is a very, very important masterclass. If you found value today in this particular webinar, the information that you're going to receive in the masterclass is just going to blow your mind, because there is some amazing content. What I gave you is just an overview. I just gave you some ideas today. But once you dig deep into these concepts of how to reduce the distance and how your goals can be achieved, it will be transformational. You will not believe how fast you can achieve your goals. It will be phenomenal. So I'm really looking forward to have you at the masterclass, and I wish you all the best. And if you have any questions, you can email me at amit@yourprofoundsolutions.com. Okay, thank you so much for attending, and have a good night. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Maureen. Take care. Bye-bye. Yes, see you. Take care. Bye. I'm going to shut this off now.